Hi there, Leo. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 4th of July. Being a sign that's ruled by the sun, the only one of the 12, this gives you a real energy, belief and drive, because essentially you're influenced by what is at the core of all of our existences, that being the luminary, which is the sun. Therefore, when the sun goes through the part of the year when it's in the quietest part of your horoscope, it is a time when your personal energy and vitality may be that much lower. And this week is really quite representative of that, I feel. Mercury and Venus are also in a stellium in the sign of Cancer along with the sun. Mercury is about how we think. It's also in this sector potentially a bit more anxious or a bit more needing for some seclusion. Venus in this area can see us thinking much more deeply about our relationships, especially if we're not particularly happy. It's also possible that we can be attracted to someone in a confidential, even clandestine way, or we're thinking about our past and coming to terms with our romantic history, or even thinking about people that we were once involved with. So all these possibilities are basically making their way around your situation, and there's a new moon on Independence Day on Monday in the sign of Cancer where the sun and the moon combine. The moon, of course, is emotion and is the ruler of Cancer, and for you I do feel that this combination could bring things up to the surface that you're not really expecting. And also they both forge an influential link with Neptune, not necessarily in a bad way at all, but in a way which could see you wanting to get much more in touch with the deepest part of your being. If you are interested in personal development, spirituality of any kind, or tranquility or meditation or self-help books, all of these areas can be activated at this time, but you may be uncharacteristically a little quieter. Also, Venus is clashing with Uranus this week, which suggests the issues that maybe you're not really wanting to look at around relationships could be teased into the open in quite an abrupt and not necessarily comfortable fashion. Maybe someone's going to challenge you about elements of your attitude which they find difficult. Maybe it's you who's going to bring up something that you've been really holding close to you for a long time, but you may find it much more difficult to be discreet on the back of Uranus's influence on Venus, which can be disruptive, it can be unpredictable, and it could lead to some issues which have been harboured bursting into the open. But you know, if there is a tete-a-tete as the sun goes into opposition with Pluto in the second half of this week, along with Mercury, I feel that it could lead to some very frank exchanges. It's not good for us to hold information where we're unhappy deep within our bodies. We tend to think that our emotions, in the Western world anyway, are all stored in our mind in the way we think. Actually, I believe very strongly that emotions are stored in our actual bodies. And if there is something that's been getting you down, or it's been oppressing you, if you feel that your need to be the sensitive person that you can be, along with the more flamboyant and gregarious being, but if you need to be sensitive and allow the part of your nature that needs to be more nurtured to come to the fore, and someone's repressing this or stopping this from coming out, or perhaps you're yourself fearful of demonstrating some of your hidden concerns, then certainly the second half of this week can see some very deep-seated energies come to the fore, and do try not to stop this happening. Because once you do let some feelings, some ideas, some emotions go, I do feel that you'll feel so much more liberated. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.